Eu sei. Eu sei. I know. Você não sabe. Você não sabe. You don't know. Ela sabe. Ela sabe. She knows. Ele não sabe. Ele não sabe. He doesn't know. Brazilian Portuguese on my headphones as I tried to learn the language of my new lover. I want to speak his chestnut-skinned diasporic alchemy, wealthy with colonial contradictions just like me. The whip and knock of the Pelourinho auction block, the cadence of the verdant Amazonian nights, the clave, the conga timbale in tears in the favelas and alleys of Bahia. I romanticize being quick on the draw, with a new rhythm in the hip of my lip, if I mastered my new love's language, that this lingua franca would be the bridge between the long distance, doing more work than Skype alone can do. Love will make you believe those kinds of things. I had been envious of the Botswanan I met in Gaborone 3 years ago who told me, respect is woven into our Ubuya Sekai. Setswana knows how to treat its elders. And he did not respect my best Xhosa, that thumped out of my mouth with a tongue like lead, he said. This Xhosa, which I learned was rooted in 47,000-year-old Twa of the Khoisan, who spoke in the cliques, the sand-shushing, leaf-rushing, sun-shifting, eland hunting underflow of their silver desert homeland. And why had French been the language of childhood preference for so long? And playfully to it I would resort to show that I am just that. Playful. I excelled at it in school till it began to be the only tongue I shared with my imaginary friends. I had 5. You see, an only child needed some help to be one more step removed from an ache-making reality. I have a mother who has a long, hard time with communication. We share a tongue between us, wrapped in bows of silence. Our utterances form a fraying rope ladder across an Afri-Carib-British generational abyss, and October misses its claim to uplift us from the boughs of the windrush dream. Mother's ex-colony migrant whispers seem almost shy next to the life of UK black eye. And I, possessed by plural Caribbean patois and North London slang, dance on crossed swords till my Afri-Carib Cockney twang is a cultural pill canonized by Smiley, and I swallow it whole, bittersweet and creeping into my DNA. I can cost a toin of identity and hedge my bets with this vernacular currency and call chameleon. I mouth Latin-rooted syllables next to this spirit on this train who quacks into his phone in the melody of complaining, a pained resignation, bitter blame and shame, and I want to intercept this conversation and lift the train off the tracks and set it on a new route so that he might speak of better things beyond the language that seems to bind us all in chains. But I believe my petty attempts to recode an empire's feudal syntax would clash with Joe Bloggs on the Northern Line if I tried to fix the algorithms of his homeland training alone. The sonics of his words clank and flail. They scrap like blind drunks who don't know when to quit. Today they frustrate the hell out of me, so I turn the volume up. Eli now sabe, você now... I would be wrong to deny Shakespeare his due. He's a long-time friend. My way to my poet's tongue. My state school education threw me an oar in an ocean of lonely words unfound, and as much as I would have preferred knowing in my adult years the classics of Césaire and Sundiata, Dunbar and Wheatley, a prime language that spoke to black girl me, no, it was to be he, Shakespeare, under a system of indoctrination which unwittingly freed me. A child with a restless mind who routinely stares longer each year as she gets older and older into the bathroom mirror, searching lips for recognition, opening her mouth wide, looking at the glistening blood-pink flesh to see into her genes, willing them to remember, lifting the lid of her tongue, hoping to find what was stolen. Eu quero liberar minha boca. I want to free my mouth. Free my mouth from the combination lock state installed at birth upon my lips so that taxes can be paid and my vote can be counted, but has nothing to do with being born free. Journaling, writing poems, the code is surreptitiously finding its way to my breath through these British loaned vocal cords. I will never return. They have worked hard for my reparation, pulling my tongue to its heart home, away from the edge of a slow, silencing death and vibrating the air to rhyme in all that feels so wrong, whittling the clay of this colonial inheritance into a fitting song.